And it's the year of politics, the year of elections, hopefully the year of peace as well, because Nigerian elections, for some reason, people tend to associate it with violence. But 2015 showed us that we could actually have relative peace and transition properly. We're hoping that 2019 also brings that. But February will mark the beginning of interesting times for the politics, and we're going to be talking about Nigerian politics in 2019. I have here with me Chidi Okereke and Wale Oshunde. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you.
Compliments of the season.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, I want to start with debates, interestingly. We did have the vice presidential debate hold this month. Viewership was quite interesting. I think a lot of people spared the time to watch. The presidential debate is supposed to hold on the 19th of January, I believe, 2019. People are not sure what to make out of debate sometimes. Do we vote based on what we hear? Do they really affect the decision of the voters? Seen as in the past, people who don't come to debates win anyways. Are we expecting every candidate to even come this time? What are your thoughts and what are you feeling with regards to the debates on the 19th of January?
First, the vice presidential debate has let us understand that in the end, there are just two parties that are in the forefront of this whole thing. So every other party are just coming to sign the register. Apologies to every other person who's running.
Why did you say so?
Because we know it is just two candidates who actually stood out. Despite my reservations with the current administration, it is very obvious that Osibanjo is a good speaker and he held his own. If we're going to rank according to who won, I'll put Peter Obi first and then Osibanjo second. The other three people, man, I don't even know what they were doing there. So it's obvious that it's just two candidates who are actually in this race. Looking forward to the 2019 debate featuring the actual candidates, I expect it wouldn't really do a lot to skew voters. But for the people who are still unconvinced, for many of the people who are still unconvinced, especially those who are social media savvy, who are generally savvy, who are upwardly mobile and all that, I think it would shift their position a bit. Is it enough to swing the elections? I can't say for now, but I know that it's going to be quite interesting, the eventual results of the debates.
Are you happy with the campaigns so far? I mean, we were all expecting, fireworks, when Alhaji Atiku Abubakar emerged as a PDP candidate. So finally, we had the battle of the giants with regards to the two main parties. We also have the third force, quote unquote, with candidates who are very sound, who also have a lot to offer and are speaking a lot to the media. But the campaigns, are you excited by the things you're hearing from the candidates and how the campaigns have gone so far?
Well, so for me, they have not even started campaigning, and that's the truth. And that is not so nice for our polity. And I think they need to do more to let people know, that yes, they are capable, they are able to do this, they are going to fix this and all that. We really want a clear manifesto of what you're able to do once we elect you into office. And that is what is missing in the political arena, the political space in Nigeria. We do not have politicians with clear-cut ideas, with clear-cut presentations to the people, and, they come to tell us that, look, I want your vote because I'm going to do X, Y, Z. What we see is a situation where some people are already scheming in their own, chambers, and then they believe that, okay, yes, if we have 2,000-3,000 votes in the south, in the north, in in whatever areas, yes, we should be able to win the elections. And then some people also believe that, okay, yes, we should just go on propaganda and this and that, and then, of course, be able to outsmart the other people. But, you see, like he said, I quite agree with him that we have two dominant political parties, and I have been saying it, for quite some time, that, you see, we only have the PDP and the APC, And the reason is very simple. I said it, and I'll continue to say it, that to win a presidential election in Nigeria, you need to be physically present in all the 774 local government areas of Nigeria. You cannot just stay in Lagos and in Abuja and you have skeletal activities going on in Port Harcourt and in, Bayelsa or wherever, and then you feel that, yes, you can win the presidential election. And that is actually the support, that is the edge that the PDP and the APC has at the moment. The PDP is well known across the length and breadth of Nigeria. The APC is equally well known across the length and breadth of Nigeria. Now, speaking about the third force, I think they came up too late. And that's the truth. You don't want to win an election and you come out, say, 6 months to that election, a presidential election, and you even want to unseat an incumbent president. That is not going to happen. And that, you see, it doesn't happen anywhere. Donald Trump started planning, only Obama started planning to be president of America since maybe about 8 years or 10 years before he emerged, as a matter of fact. And so you want to be president of Nigeria, you want to unseat an incumbent president who has fanatical followership in the north, and then you want to start 6 months to the race. It's not going to work. And so, quite unfortunately, it's looking like a smooth ride for President Buhari in 2019.
I was going to come to that now, because I've been hearing this a lot from a lot of people, social media, people who are experts in politics and all of that, saying that, they're not sure Mr. President is going to lose the elections in 2019. Why is this a thing now? Because, okay, we know he has, like he said, there's a huge following he has in the north of this country. But we also have a candidate now who's also from pretty much the same region as him. Where they both have vice presidential candidates from the south who are also very popular. Why is it that the conversation still tends to be, well, it looks like he's still going to win anyways?
It's due to a whole lot of things. It's perception. It's the fact that he does actually have like a huge following in the north, and we're not really. While it has been unraveled that this whole corruption toga that he has all over him is false. It's all a sham. We're not really. Majority of the voters are not really concerned about things like that. We have him frolicking with people like the governor of Kano State, who was basically seen stuffing money in his pockets and all that. So. We know for sure that all the corruption, anti-corruption stance and all that, it's all a sham. He's still, in the end, this election is his to lose. Let's be honest, it's actually his to lose. He doesn't have my personal votes, he doesn't have my personal support, but it's his to lose because APC is big in every state in the country. He's the incumbent. Considering the elections that have happened, Ondo and Ekiti and Oshun, it is obvious that it's going to be a very, 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 very serious, I don't want to use do or die affair, but it's going to be a very, very, very big deal. But then, he's not unseatable. If the PDP can get their acts right, start campaigning, I feel like they're trying to save as much money as possible because they don't have the power of the incumbency. But from January, I feel like the PDP is going to start actively, ruggedly campaigning. And it's going to be very close. It's going to be very close, but anybody can win it. It's not, while it's Buhari's to lose, it's not necessarily, he has not necessarily won it.
What is it going to take to win in 2019? I know that in 2015, there was, I think, two main things on the minds of Nigerians: corruption and security. Boko Haram was unleashing mayhem in the country at the time, and the government at the time had this sort of label of being extremely corrupt at the time. What's going to happen next year? It doesn't look like corruption is a major talking point. We're talking about jobs, I believe, maybe power to an extent, still security. But are those enough, or is this cult following just going to be the reason anybody wins?
And I'll be very honest with you. For me, I have a major concern. The elites do not vote in this country, and it is unfortunate. And you see, we should not even be talking about all these things at this time. But you see, the elites do not vote. And then we leave the answer, to the people on the streets. People who are going to sell these votes. And then they are, of course, going to play to the tunes of their paymasters. And that is actually the unfortunate side to the story. If only elites vote in this country, of course, we know people out there are aware of what is going on. They know that, yes, the anti-corruption thing is not working. Security is in shambles. A lot of things, economy, of course, not working. And a lot of things are not right about this country. But you see, the moment we do not do the needful, we do not do the right thing, we do not sensitize our brothers and our sisters, we do not orientate them properly, we do not let them see the need to do the needful, to probably look for an alternative to all these guys, then we'll continue in this same light. And that is really not going to take, it's not going to take us anywhere. And that is my worry as a person and as a Nigerian who is really, really bothered about the situation of this country. Because we really need to do something right now that takes us away from this point to the next level, the real next level. Because I've been saying it. It is no longer a promise of change. It is now a change of promise. I'm not happy with the current administration as a person. And I expect more from the president. And I believe that he's capable of doing more. But he is surrounded. They are always surrounded. You see, people that are working with them are always not telling them the truth. And they are also not even finding out the truth from them. And that is my worry. And if we continue like this, we are not moving anywhere.
I'm sorry, but the inside joke there was a little
Next level.
was a little too hit home a little too much.